All right, guys, welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy Sunday. I got to switch up on you guys. We're going to switch it up on what we're going to be doing today. We're actually going to be extending the Elephant Challenge one extra day, which should be really, really good. And I'll kind of tell you guys what we're planning on doing and why we're planning on doing that. You know, when I first started in this business, there's very common questions that you get asked, right? The common questions you get asked are, where do you find deals? How do you finance those deals? How do I find balance in life? How do you do it all? Should I quit my W-2 and focus on this? How many houses do I have to quit my job? You know, there's all those types of questions. And one of the really common questions that I ask myself and people continually ask all the time is, somebody said, I'm late. What are you talking about? I'm late. I've been hanging out with Carly behind the scenes for like 3 minutes. I ain't late, y'all. I was early. You're late. You're late. Anyway, so one of the common questions that I asked myself when I first started generating leads and building a business is I said, what are the most common success time slots that the cold callers and lead generators are focusing on, such as, should I only call in the morning? Should I call at nighttime? Should I call in the afternoon? Should I call on weekends? Should I call on holidays? And I remember how I felt 8, 9 years ago, and 6 years ago, and 5 years ago, 4 years ago, 2 years ago, and even today. My feeling has changed about all of it. My feeling has changed about all of it. And I'll tell you exactly why. And this is what we're going to lead into today and what we're going to change up on the Elephant Challenge and the extension into tomorrow. I remember in the very beginning, it's like, it doesn't matter when you call. It doesn't matter when you do the thing, just do the thing. And you know what? That was 100% correct for me at the time. It was like, whatever time I could find to do the thing is when I should have been doing the thing. However, when you gain success, you get a deal from the grit, you get a deal from grinding, you get a deal from just doing it. Holidays. Even I remember there was a couple of years in my business that we cold called on Christmas. Yes, we did. And we got deals on Christmas. We got deals on New Year's. We got deals on 4th of July. We got deals on Halloween. We got deals on every holiday you can imagine. And we took the approach of, well, if other people aren't working, we are going to work. If other people are not working, we are going to work. And guess what? We saw an amplified success. We saw an amplified success because we were willing to do the work on days that other people were not willing to work. Now, as I've gotten older and more successful in this business, and I've gotten to a point where I don't need to ever buy another house, I don't need another business, I don't need anything. I don't need anything. You get to a point where you then start finding the balance. You start finding the peace after you have the success. And so I want to point that out to people, is that you don't really find balance in this business until after you start having success. The reality is you don't deserve balance until you have attained some sort of success, right? Because you have to go up, and then once you hit a plateau, you can then take a deep breath and go, I did it. I did it. I did that first mile. I did that first push-up. I did that first healthy meal. I did that first thing. And then you can take a deep breath and reassess where you're at. Well, guys, I've done so many of these reassessments in my life, that I've gotten to a point where I look at Sunday and I go, yeah, there are people that are not going to call today. There are people that are just going to enjoy the 4th of July, the Sunday before the 4th of July. We got a pretty amazing 4th of July this year. It lands on a Tuesday, which means basically 4th of July started Friday, right? It's like Friday, Saturday, Sunday. People are already on the lake. In fact, Carly right now is on the lake in McCall, Idaho. And I saw her backdrop and she's like, yeah, this is where we spend 4th of July. And it just reminded me that people are enjoying their 4th of July today. And on top of it, it's Sunday. And so in the beginning of my business, I would have called. I would have spent the whole Sunday getting leads and getting deals that nobody else was willing to do. However, I'm at a point in my life where I go, I don't need to do that. Can I find balance? Have I hit the point of success that I can find balance where if other people are enjoying Sunday, I should probably enjoy my Sunday too. So today we are going to extend the Elephant Challenge. We are going to let the agents, we are going to let ourselves, and we are going to let our teams enjoy the Sunday with our families, because tomorrow we are going to extend the Elephant Challenge into tomorrow morning. Now, what we're going to be doing in the Elephant Challenge tomorrow is I'm going to have 3 different groups of my students, sub 2 students, come and call agents for you guys. Okay, 3 different students. Okay. Now, if you want to work today, you can work. You have teams, you guys can be working. I'm going to give you guys homework today so you guys can go do the homework. And I'm going to hang out here for another 30 minutes or so and tell you guys a couple of things that I would be doing for homework. Okay. And then I also want to tell you what we're going to be doing for the next Elephant Challenge. It's an Elephant Challenge we've never done before, and this is going to be what we do next month. Okay. Super excited about this. It's kind of a newer thing that we're working on, and my sub 2 students are going to be getting a full on, not just course on this, but we're going to be adding live elements to this in sub 2. But we're going to be doing something really, really cool for next month's Elephant Challenge. All right. So first things first, today we will not be calling agents. All right. Today we will not be calling agents. Tomorrow we will be calling agents for 3 hours. It will be Monday, and we will have 3 different groups, 3 different leader groups of mine calling agents on 3 different strategies. Okay. One student group is going to be calling on cash deals to agents through Privy. Another group of students is going to be primarily trying to get creative deals through Privy. And then a third group is going to be focusing on pulling a no equity on market list through PropStream. That's going to be a little bonus thing for you guys. I do not want you signing up for PropStream at all. Please do not. I don't want you signing up for it, but I want you guys to see 3 different ways and 3 different student groups. Okay. What time Monday? We're going to be doing 10 a.m. Write this down. 10 a.m. Arizona time. Okay. 10 a.m. Arizona time. 10 a.m. Arizona time. What time, guys? What time are we going to be doing it tomorrow? Now, if you are a sub 2 community member, I want you to reach out to Carly at pacemorby.com and say, I want to fill one of those spots. Okay, I want to volunteer. Now, what I want you guys to know is that we're going to take these recordings, and in the future, when somebody asks me, how do I go get my first deal? I'm going to DM them a little video package, a little video playlist, and say, here's how you go get your first deal. And we're going to show them this Elephant Challenge. Okay, so you guys will be living, breathing in an evergreen video series. So please email Carly at pacemorby.com. If you are a non-student, please never email Carly at pacemorby.com. Please leave her alone. If you're a student, please email her and say, hey, I want to take up one of those spots. Okay. 10 a.m. Arizona time. We'll go 10 a.m. to 11 a.m., 11 a.m. to 12, 12 to 1. So it'll be a 3-hour, maybe probably 3.5 hours. It'll be 30 minutes of just getting things set up, everybody coming in. As you guys can see, people show up always late. Yesterday we had 1,300 people watching live, and then over on YouTube we had about 350. So at about 1,650 to 1,700 people watching, and you can see the numbers today are 1/3 of that. Okay, 1/3 of that. So what does that tell you? It doesn't just tell you that people are lazy. It does tell you that we chose to do the Elephant Challenge on a Sunday, and people just don't want to work on Sunday. And honestly, it's one of the reasons why people aren't successful, right? Because they say, I've been successful enough. I deserve a day off. 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 But if I went and spent a week with those people and saw how they lived their life, I can tell you very, 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 very few of those people deserve a day off. Very few of those people deserve a day off. So here's what I want you guys to do. I want to make sure you guys are paired up. Is everybody paired up in the Circle app? Has everybody been paired up on Teams in the Circle app? Give me yeses. A lot of no's. Interesting about that. Carly, are you there? I got a lot of no's. Can you come in here and give me some direction on that? Why people are such knuckleheads? But maybe that's because we suck. I don't know.
Hi.
Why do you think there's so many people that say no?
I don't know. I think it's hard to read sometimes, is what I've found. So they have to register for the Elephant Challenge to get the link. And when they register, there's three things. There's number one, it says get into the community. Number two, it says get privy. And number three, it is get Facebook, get on the Facebook page. So likely they didn't read.
Oh, okay,
So
that makes a lot of sense. That is
yeah,
very true of people.
it's hard.
Is there a way we can put a link in the side chat for them to
Yeah.
join the Circle app?
We have, so you guys have to get through elephantchallenge.info because it tags you as a baby elephant.
Can I, and I want to change something up a little bit
Yep.
on the way we say certain things. This is a new thing for me. I had somebody DM me last night. They said, Pace, I'm in your community and I can't find blah, 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 blah. I'm like, it's in the Discord, or it's either in the Discord or it's in the sub2course.com. Go into the file. He's like, oh, I'm not in sub2. I'm like, then why did you say you're in my community? You're not in my community. You're in my free Facebook group. It's a very different thing.
Yeah.
Okay? So we can't call Circle the community because it will confuse people. So we need to call Circle app the Circle app.
Perfect.
Are you in the app? Yes, you're in the app. Perfect. If you are in the community, I need to know that when you say you're in the community, I know exactly what you mean by that. Saying that you're in my free Facebook group confuses me when you say you're in my community. So you are not in my community if you are in the free Facebook group. You are in a free Facebook group. Okay. There's a big difference. Our community spends a lot of time together. I go meet with them all over the country. We do 32 trainings a week. There's local meetups for them. They have eternal training and we are highly connected with each other and helping each other out. We have a credo. We have filtered these people at a very high level to come into sub 2. It is a completely different thing than being in a free Facebook group. Okay. So
Absolutely.
yes, if you say I'm in Pace's community, that means you are either A, sub 2, B, a Gator, or C, a top tier TC with Molly. Okay. Shannon says, Pace, you look well rested today. I am not. I was huffing and puffing when I first came in here with Carly. She's like, wow, you're fat. I was working out on the back patio. She didn't say that. Carly wouldn't say that to me, even though she thinks it. We were actually talking about, I'm trading for the Spartan this week on the 8th. So I was training this morning next to the pool. Carly and I were talking about, she has a hat on her head that says Marquis Jet. And I was like, hey, who in your family has a plane? She's like, oh, my dad does. And we started talking about what it costs to operate a plane that I want to buy. And I make enough money. I have enough cash flow. I have enough businesses to justify buying a jet right now, but there's a mindset thing that I just can't get over. And so the way I create challenges for myself is this. I go, all right, if I had a jet, here's what would happen in my life. I would be able to have my wife and kids with me everywhere I go, because my wife is like being pregnant and having 3 kids, going through security and all this kind of stuff. I know I'm having first world problems, but it's annoying. We've flown private before because we have friends that have private planes, and we just literally drive a mile over to the airport, walk out on the tarmac, jump on a plane, throw our stuff in. There's no security. We could be smuggling marijuana all over the whole country if we wanted to. Nobody cares. Do people say marijuana or they say weed, or what do they say?
I don't know, but it's just funny that you said smuggling marijuana.
I don't know how to say it. I'm such
Drugs.
like not a drug or alcohol person.
I know.
Are we supposed to say ganja?
Weed.
Okay, I'll be smuggling sub 2 deals. How about that?
I love it.
So it's so much easier. And the problem is last year I traveled 71 times last year. Think about that. There's only 52 weeks in a year. I traveled 71 times in a plane. This year I'm already at 50 and I'm only halfway through the year, which means I will be on a plane over 100 times this year. I am when I walk up to American Airlines and I check in, this is what happens when I tell them my name. They look up like this. You are him. They call me the Sorcerer Supreme at American Airlines. I'm like, I walk in, dude, I'm not joking you. I have the highest status at American Airlines that doesn't even exist. You can't even Google and find out information about this. It's called concierge key. So they call me a key. Oh, you're a key? How are you so young and you're a key? Most people, it's not until they get like 50, 60 until they get this status. I got it at 38. And what it is they call me the day before. They make sure I board before women, children, and military. They walk me to my chair. If I go, I don't want to drive anywhere. They'll come pick me up from my house, take me to the airport. They'll lug my luggage.
Wow.
I have on the day of my travel, I have a full-time dedicated concierge, dedicated only to me. Anybody that travels with me is considered my entourage. They all get upgraded to first class, and they kick people out of first class and back into the coach section if I have somebody traveling with me. I'm just barely telling you all these crazy things I got.
I want to fly with you.
So like Eric the other day, he goes, "Oh, this is so great. We're standing at the gates." I go, "Bro, why didn't you check in with me?" He's like, "Oh, because won't they just like bump people now?" I go, "No, you got to check in with me. If you check in with me, they'll bump people out of first class." He's like, "That's not possible." I'm like, "When we come home on the way back in 3 days, you check in with me and she'll tell you. She'll go, 'Yep, here's the people. They're all in here. I'm going to bump Tom. Tom doesn't know, but we're going to just say he's overbooked, and they'll bump Tom out into coach. And they put Eric there for free." That's how high my status is at American Airlines. It is insane. Is that a good thing? I don't think so. Personally, I think it's a reminder of how much time I spend in airports, lugging stuff around, waiting on them, sitting on the tarmac. I sat on the tarmac in New Jersey, coming back from the meetups in New Jersey and New York last week or 2 weeks ago. I was on the tarmac for 4 hours. And I'm like, if I was in a private plane, I could just go, "Hey, weather's not great. I'm going to go see a movie. Tell me when when we're ready to go. Shoot me a text and I'll go jump on a plane." Here's the problem. Okay. People that are in the airport or like private plane industry, they think they're so smart. They're like, "Oh, just charter your plane half the time. It'll pay for itself." Stop lying to yourself and stop lying to me. I've looked at every single person's numbers. You will. How much do you guys think it will cost you? Okay. How much do you think it will cost you to have a private plane to not have it, not charter it, just have your own pilot, your plane, your maintenance, your fuel, your everything? How much will it cost? Not just the plane. The plane itself will cost about $8 million. How much will it cost a month? It's 200 grand a month. That's what it costs. It's 200 grand a month. So $2.4 million a year to maintain one plane that you fly once a week. $2.4 million a year. Okay. So I thought about this morning. I was like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to reverse engineer how I'm going to make $200,000 a month extra above and beyond what I already make. I'm going to journal it. I'm going to do a live with sub 2 students every week and go, "This is what I did towards my goal of $240,000 extra per month." And that could be a combination of buying businesses and buying real estate, apartment buildings, and go, I think it's going to take me about 24 months to get to $200,000 a month extra in net income. And I'm going to document it, journal it, write a book about it, and be like, here's how I reverse engineered my way into a jet. But then there's another argument. Okay. Guys, the thing about write-offs, people are like, "Oh, it's a write-off." Pace. The thing about a write-off is you still have to earn the money to spend the money to still get a write-off. You don't get the money back. It's not like the government's like, "Oh, you spent money, here's a check." That's not how it works. It just means I go make $200,000, and because yes, it's a write-off, it means I can make $200,000 and not pay taxes on that $200,000. I still had to make the $200,000. Carly, do we have a link for people just so they can connect with the team while I rattle off for 30 minutes?
Yes. Can I put on the chat on pause for a second? So everyone's posting their contact information.
Guys, can I tell you how you get paired up? Read the instructions. That's how. It was emailed to you. Pace, no, it wasn't. Yes, it was. If I flew to your house right now and I sat next to you and I opened up your laptop and I go into your junk mailbox, it's sitting in there.
And there's a video once you get into the app. There's a video, a lot of videos for you, so you don't have to read, of me telling you where to find your group.
Yes. So there's this run up period, right? There you go. So Scott says it was super clear, guys.
Thank you, Scott.
When somebody like Scott comes in and says it's super clear, yet somebody else is like, I didn't get it. What I don't hear, I didn't get it. I hear, I didn't follow instructions. I'm a bad student. I need to be slapped on the wrist and reminded to go and follow instructions. That is what I hear. Yes, Teams is group. Carly is so patient. Pace, I dare you to come to my house to open my laptop. Maria, I would probably just see pictures of like poodles. When you guys think of Maria, the name Maria, what do you guys think of? I think of, what's that movie? West Side Story. I think of pictures of West Side Story. Sound of Music. People think of Sound of Music. Baby Boy. What do you guys think of Maria? Oh, Maria, Maria. Yep, there you go. Okay, so I will be doing this for sub 2. This leads into what we're going to be doing into the Elephant Challenge next month. Are you guys ready for this? This is a drum roll. Can you, let's see, can you hear that? No?
No.
Oh, here we go. Can you hear that? Can you hear that? What is it? What's this?
Ooh, that's a good one. That sounds like aliens.
Okay, what's that? What's this one?
Wah, wah.
Okay,
I'm cheering.
okay, cheering? Okay, cool, cheering. Perfect, now I know. I'm gonna change those up. I've had these buttons for years, I've never used them. Okay, so we are going to be doing next Elephant Challenge is going to be all about buying. What do you think, Carly?
Buying jets.
Buying businesses.
Businesses.
We're going to be buying businesses creatively. I'm going to be bringing in we're going to be doing broker outreach, and we're going to show people how to buy a business creatively, at least generating leads. We're going to show you how to generate leads. And by this time, my students will have an understanding of how to handle these things so they can help you with this kind of stuff. It's going to be a lot of fun. So that is next month's Elephant Challenge. Make sure you guys are registered. How do they make sure they're registered for it?
The same place where they get into the app, everything they need is in one place, www.elephantchallenge.info.
www.elephantchallenge.info.
Yes.
Jason Merritt says, hey, once we've joined a group, do we just get on the first introduction call or are there additional steps? This is Jason Merritt. He's a sub 2 connector.
So you'll get in there, and then there's all these groups of these accountability leaders that have all these meetings. You pick which one you want to go to. It's all in the video. You get a pick. There's different times because different people have different availability. Hop on one. You can go through them and see which ones you vibe with the most, but you're in charge. You get a pick.
Okay, so sub 2 students, I want to point something out to you. The only reason you should be going in the Circle app is to help baby elephants. You are not going in there to learn from me. You should be learning inside of sub 2. Go to our sub 2 calendar, show up to our sub 2 training. The reason you're in sub 2 is so you can learn the things that you need to do to lead the baby elephants. Does this make sense? Give me a yes if that makes sense, sub 2 students. Okay. Is the Circle app where you should be learning, sub 2 students?
No.
No. Some of you should be saying, hell no. Are you kidding me? Look what we get inside of sub 2. Okay. Now, here's what we're going to be doing is between now and the Elephant Challenge coming up, my CFO, my COO, and my partner Cody and I are going to be doing a handful of trainings on buying businesses and how to underwrite and look at businesses for only the sub 2 students. Yes, Cody Barton, one of my partners. I have 9 partners. Cody's one of them. Okay. So why is that good? It's because it helps the students, my sub 2 students, to be able to come into the Elephant Challenge for next month and have a cutting edge to be able to help the baby elephants. Does that make sense? Are we on the same page? Give me a yes. All right. So my CFO, Ben, my COO, we actually are hiring a second COO this week. Super excited. They are here local. We have a COO that does not live local to us, and we are trying to get all of our employees internal. All of our C-suite needs to be internal at the office every single day. So we are hiring another COO, Chief Operating Officer, to bring into our office locally. And what we're going to be doing is doing lives with them for the Sub2 community, talking about how do we underwrite a business? What about a CTO? Yes, we have a CTO, but I don't think you need a CTO. In fact, the last person you should be learning from is a CTO. Okay. They ain't going to help you do shit. Okay. Yes, we have a CTO and they're great. But they're not going to help you do anything. Greg Ortiz is obviously a CTO. You don't help anybody find a deal, underwrite a deal. Okay. A CTO, Chief Technology Officer is what a CTO is. Chief Technology Officer. That's like somebody at a very high level. They're running all the email marketing campaigns. They're running all the technology that the company is utilizing. They're going out and creating strategic alliances with software companies. They're doing all sorts of amazing things. You don't need a CTO until way, way, way into your business, okay? If somebody's like, I'm a CTO, I can tell you that the company they work for has at least 300 or 400 employees. Okay. You do not need a CTO. CTOs are very high level. Okay. What about a CHRO, a Chief Human Relations Officer? That does not exist, but congratulations. Unless you're making that up and you work for a company and they're like, man, we got to give you a cool name. It's just human resources. There's no Chief Human Resources Officer. I love that. Oh, a big corporate? Cool. That's not the world I'm trying to live in. That must be a company with like 10,000 employees or something like that. Must be, gotta be. I've never met a Chief Human Relations Officer in my life. Mike Jackson, it definitely exists. We train them. Cool. There you go. I like that. Patrick says I'm the Chief Donut Officer. In fact, most of you guys, your human relations, you'll never have a human relations officer above somebody that picks up donuts. I know that sounds like a joke, but I am not joking. Most people will probably have 15 employees max in their entire life. You don't need a dedicated human resources department for 15 employees. You do not. Okay. You can outsource to a fractional HR company. There's fractional, Google this, fractional CTOs, fractional CFOs, fractional HR departments. We used to have fractional stuff where it's like having a jet, but like partial ownership of a jet. I had partial ownership of a CFO for about 3 years. There you go. I used to be a fractional CEO. Judith, yeah, Chief Knucklehead Officer. I like that. CKO.
Okay. I like that one.
That's actually, I think that's my position in all my companies. Okay, so we're going to be doing, for the Sub2 students, just to reiterate this, we're going to be doing business buying training. We're going to be doing some fun modules with Ben, my CFO, Cody Barton, my business partner, and our COO, the gentleman that we are currently hiring, has built over 40 different businesses for other companies. We brought him on full time just to be in our business buying business. So all the Sub2 students, as you guys know, we are opening up a whole new series of buying businesses for Sub2 students. This is something that I want people to generate leads for you. The free Facebook group will be taught how to generate leads for you guys so that you guys can work on leads together. If you guys remember, the Elephant Challenge primarily is to give the people in the free Facebook group enough information, maybe even more than enough information, to go out and generate leads. Those leads ultimately go, man, I only was in a 3-day challenge. I don't know how to handle these leads or negotiate. It takes a long time. Okay. It takes a long time to truly learn. Ooh, I like that one. Rima says, I'm a CAHO, a Chief Asshole Officer. I like that. Pace, will you be teaching the LBO strategy? LBO, Long Beach All-Stars? Yeah, that's a great band. Just FYI. In my company, I am the cuckoo officer, chief crony of the chief operating officer. I like that. Do you deal with auctions and foreclosures? Cheryl, we deal with every single type of business that you can imagine in real estate. We buy foreclosures, we knock foreclosures, we cold call, we do agent outreach, we do broker outreach, we do everything, okay? Yes, guys, we will do leverage buyouts. We will do all that kind of stuff. We'll cover all of those things. Imagine being in sub 2 and having probably another 10 years of runway on buying businesses. Think about the content I'll build over the next 10 years.
Bananas.
It's bananas. Maybe Carly and I will own a business together at some point.
We will one day.
Jaron says, is your business acquisition going to be sub 2 and creative as well? I will never buy a business that is off brand for me. What does that mean? That means I will never buy a business with cash, ever. I will also never buy a plane with cash. I will also never buy a piece of real estate with cash. I have a brand. It's called Cash is Trash. That's my new name. Yes, we buy businesses sub 2. We buy businesses on seller finance. We do leverage buyouts. Everything that we do is all about creative finance. So how can I buy a business subject to? Well, you can take over somebody's SBA loan. You can take over somebody's EIDL loan. You can take over somebody's mechanic liens, all those kind of things. Buying businesses sub 2 is insane. We just bought a business this last week. A lot of the sub 2 students, if you have not gone back and watched last week's, did you watch Family Night this last week, Carly?
I was there for a little bit.
Did you hear the story in the very beginning or no?
Yeah, I did hear that.
Oh, okay, cool. Was that a must watch?
That was a good one. That was a good one. I'm sad I didn't watch all of it. I have to go back.
You were like, okay, Pace is telling a story. I've heard these before.
No, I haven't. They were good. It was a good one. Kids.
What do you think about the Burr strategy? Burr strategy sucks. Anybody like the Burr strategy here? Really?
Those interest rates.
Do you know why they call it the Burr? Because Burr, it will leave you out in the cold. Do we do the Burr strategy? Yeah, we probably Burr, I don't know, probably 10 properties a year, but it sucks up so much cash. And right now, how do you do the Burr strategy when interest rates for an investor like 9%? How do you do that? Well, you just buy really deep. Okay, well, why wouldn't I just buy creative and get 3% or, whatever? I mean, Carly just bought a freaking camper, an RV sub 2.
And I got it. Yeah.
Where is it?
It's in the driveway.
Dude, have you guys made out in it yet?
Oh, I wanted a new mattress first. Made out. Yeah. I thought you were taking that down a different road.
Well, if we were by ourselves, I would have said a different joke, but no. I don't want to put you on the spot. So you and Alex have kissed inside of it?
We have kissed.
You've christened
a little
it?
Peck. Just a little peck on the cheek.
Good. That's all he deserves. So look at this, guys. Carly just bought an RV sub 2.
And I got another house sub 2 from the same people with a 2.8% interest rate.
You should have done the Burr. The Burr's way better, Carly. 8%, 9% interest, and you would have had to use your credit 3 times. When somebody says, what do you think about the Burr? This is what my answer is. Pace, do you buy and sell land? I used to, but the game, at some point you got to elevate, right? At some point you got to own some stuff. You know what I'm saying? At some point you got to have eternal cash flow. And the answer is, Pace, did you ever go to kindergarten? Yeah, I did, but I'm not in kindergarten anymore. Okay. I also went to first grade too. Okay. And then I went to second grade. And I didn't go back to first grade because the point was to move forward and progress. Buying and selling land is something that people progress past. Why? Why do we think that that is the truth? It's because you have to own something to have cash flow coming in. And by the way, you're not making cash flow on a piece of dirt. Some people are like, oh yeah, you can. Oh, great. Is it scalable? That's the question. Is it a scalable model? Can you do it? Yes. Is it a great place to start? Yes. Is it easier than sometimes flipping or renovating a house? Yes. This is why we've done it. Okay. I've probably flipped land, maybe 200 transactions, something like that. But it's not a scalable model. At some point, you want to hire employees to run a business. At some point, you want to have leaders in your business so you can enjoy your life. You don't want to have to be like, oh, I did 18 deals this month. Guess what? I got to do 18 deals next month to keep this going. Is anybody super motivated to do that? Okay. There are levels to this. Renting or leasing hunting grounds. I think that's a great business. It's a great business. And I think that's really smart. I think having campgrounds and RV parks and those things is a business, right? I think buying a business is great. Maria says, Pace, that is Jamil's model. Great. Jamil's smart, but he also has other businesses that actually pay him cash flow. Okay. Doug Lane says, where do people find out info on Top Tier TC? Do you have the link for Top Tier TC?
I don't. Giselle said that she was going to get it this week.
Oh, I got it.
Okay. I asked her for it.
Just so you guys know, Molly has a waiting list for this. So just so you know, don't get upset when you can't get in. She's only bringing in a certain amount of people. Jordan says he's on the waiting list. Here you go. There's the wait list. I put the side chat on pause. So get on the waiting list for that. She's not going to launch that until middle of next month. So get on the waiting list. That's insane. I mean, Jennifer Cortez came into our community Zoom last week, the Sub 2 family night, and she said she joined Sub 2 in February, and here we are now, July, just barely getting into July. And in June, she made $55,000 because of what we taught her in the transaction coordination stuff. So Molly is going to create a whole separate training, a whole separate segment of our community for Top Tier TC. So if you guys are trying to get your wives involved in the business, or you yourself are trying to learn how to do transaction coordination, you can become a certified transaction coordinator by going and learning from Molly. There is a waiting list for this, just FYI. So the link is in the side chat right there. All right. So I'm going to give you 10 more seconds on the link, and then I'm going to turn the chat back on because I want to make sure we all understand what the goal is for this next month. Okay. And then we're going to wrap it up for the day. Tomorrow, starting at 10 a.m. Arizona time, we are extending the Elephant Challenge. We are going to have 3 different leaders inside of Sub 2 call for an hour to agents. So 1 hour, agents, one group of students. Next hour, agents, next group of students. Third hour, agents, next group of students. 3 different styles, 3 different strategies, 3 different everything for you guys, so you guys can follow along and go out and generate leads. The point of the Elephant Challenge is to teach you how to generate leads for the Sub 2 community, the Gators, and the transaction coordinators, so that you can do business with people who have been trained at a higher level. So through the Elephant Challenge, you should be learning how to comp and what this business is all about, and then ultimately get taught enough information you can actually go and start making some mistakes, submitting offers, submitting LOIs, and ultimately going back to a student and going, hey, I submitted this offer, and because I'm on your team, I want to do this deal with you. That is the whole point of the Elephant Challenge. The Sub 2 community coming in and loving on you guys and helping you guys is the point of the Elephant Challenge. The Sub 2 community, the Gators, and Top Tier TC have eternal training. Their access to the community never ends. They, and even think about this, after 3 years of being in Sub 2, Carly, have you been in Sub 2 for what, almost 2 years?
Yeah, 1.5 years, almost 2.
Okay, 1.5 years. And then in 1.5 years after you've been in, I drop a whole entire additional mentorship inside of the mentorship, which is how to buy a business with Creative Finance, how to run a business, how to fix a business with Creative Finance. That's going to be additional training with live content with my CFO, my COO, my business partners, and other people in the business. We also hired Alexis Morgan to be doing a daily underwriting session with a business broker just for sub 2 community members. And she will also be calling on businesses live for sub 2 community members. That is an additional training that I don't plan on stopping anytime soon. So think about being a sub 2 community member, learning these things, and then having access to training every day, basically all around the clock. You pick and choose where you want to jump in based on your schedule. And you take that information, that knowledge, and you go to the Elephant Challenge and you go, hey, baby elephants, I can help. I know more than you do. I'm 5 steps ahead of you. Bring opportunities to me. Let's work them together. That is the entire point of the Elephant Challenge. Okay. I'm turning the side chat back on. Has everybody enjoyed?
Can I just say one thing? Oh. I'm sorry to interrupt. If you're sub 2 and you want to be a leader, come to me and we'll get you set up with all of the things that make you a legit leader. So let me know. Carly@pacemorby.com.
Leo Silva says, I'm fresh out of the oven here. I have 2 questions related to creative financing. I'd love to hear your thoughts or suggestion how to deal with realtor on this concerns. 1, I'm hearing from realtors that wholesale is tough in what is KY? KY jelly? No? Kentucky? Kansas City? Kentucky? Right now, because of the changes in laws related to it, I've never done wholesale, so I'm not sure if there's laws related to it. Yes. This is why Gator exists, is because Gators can come in and do double closes for you so that you go around all the laws in Kentucky and in Illinois and in Arizona. You no longer need to worry about any wholesaling laws because you are no longer wholesaling. You are actually purchasing and then reselling. It's called double close. It's called Gator 2.0. Gator 2.0 strategy solves your concern on number 1. There you go. Sub 2 deals. Sellers are worried and concerned about their name in the mortgage. How can I make that less concerning, or how can we guarantee that this won't be a problem? So you obviously are not a student, Leo. Otherwise, you would have already known this and seen thousands of my seller calls. Typically, sub 2 sellers are not worried about their name being on the mortgage. Yes, it does happen. Yes, we teach how to overcome that. But the reality is a sub 2 seller is somebody who doesn't have equity. They've already tried to sell. And they're saying, yeah, I take the mortgage, make the payments in my name. Or think about Caroline Kane went and knocked doors yesterday and she got a sub 2 deal down in Chandler, Arizona. The seller's in foreclosure and the seller's like, oh my gosh, sub 2, that exists? That solves every one of my problems. Nowhere in that conversation did the seller even care about having their name on the mortgage because the seller's name is already destroyed by their pre-foreclosure. Caroline reinstating the loan will only fix the seller's credit. So I fail to see the issue that your seller will ever have with a sub 2 transaction. Okay. Can you go over the safety measures of double closing like a situation? No, that is what the Gators are here for. The Gators know how to double close. They have access to Alpha Gator funding, which is $300 million we brought to the table so they can double close for you guys. You don't need to worry about that. You just go and find double close opportunities and the Gators will help you. There you go. Boom. There's no need for me to teach you every little thing. That's the whole point of Gators being in here and sub 2 students being in here and transaction coordinators being in here. Is so you don't have to know everything. You just have to network with people that know everything. Okay. Who's a Gator in here that knows how to double close and is trained to double close? You see all the people in here, they're like, oh my gosh, I double close. I need to double close. Yeah, y'all are the solution. Okay. Now, if you're in the side chat right now and you were like, oh my gosh, look at all these people with money. That's what I'm saying. This is why we built the Elephant Challenge for you guys, to bring in my community to help you guys out. Okay. All right. Oh, I'm just a Gator egg at this point, 10 hours ago. Great, Ephraim. You got a lot to learn, but that's the good thing. You'll benefit a lot of people in here from learning the Gator strategies. And the cool thing about the Gator strategies is I will not be done teaching all the strategies for Gator until probably 2026. There's so much to learn. There's so many ways to make money in Gator that I have to schedule out the trainings because there's so much to it. There's so many ways to make money. It's just ridiculous. So, cool. So what are we doing tomorrow? Pace, what excites you? Watching people get deals out of some crazy thing that I came up with. They go and do it themselves. It's the craziest thing. It's like Carly's sitting there next to her sub 2 RV that she's making out with her husband in. That gets me excited.
Crazy.
It's crazy. It's like Carly used to think I was a scam artist. So the fact that she has her own sub 2 RV,
Thanks to the scam artist.
Thanks to this scam artist.
This scam artist, I've gotten a sub 2 RV and several sub 2 deals.
Yep. Do you ever wonder at nighttime, you're like, wow, is this guy still a scam?
No, I don't worry that anymore. I was skeptical for a long time, but
Yeah.
I'm not anymore.
I believe it. Carly, how did you get that RV? Was it a personal friend? Was it reaching out to somebody online? Was it a referral?
Let me tell you, Pace was at a circle event speaking in Boise, and he mentioned my name in a room full of people. He had a bunch of his sub 2 students stand up, and a bunch of people came and talked to me afterwards, like, oh, you just did a sub 2, you and Pace, you just did a sub 2 deal. So this realtor from Boise reached out to me and it's like, hey, I'm a flipper. And we connected. Then on the way home, somebody reached out to me from the free group and was like, hey, can you help me? This my friend has a house going into foreclosure. She has no money. She has an RV. It's down to the studs. There's no plumbing. There's no HVAC. Nobody wants it. Can you help me? So I put it in the free Facebook group, and Mackenzie from the circle, the realtor, was like, I'll buy it. So I got it under sub 2, wholesaled her a sub 2 deal for her to flip it. And then I took their camper over sub 2 and kept it for me.
I love it. Good job. Hey guys, over on YouTube, we are live today, by the way. It's Sunday. I'm going to give you guys the Zoom link in the chat. You knuckleheads that don't follow instructions over on Zoom, or I'm sorry, on YouTube. The only reason we actually go on YouTube is to remind you guys that you're knuckleheads and that we've been talking about the Elephant Challenge for a month. We do this every month. Today is just, we're probably going to be here for 13 more minutes. I'm going to tell you what we're doing tomorrow and what the homework for today is, and then we're wrapping up. Okay. If you are on YouTube, you should get your butt over to Zoom, and you should make sure that you go to www.elephantchallenge.info. And the reason you should be going over there is so that you guys can connect with the sub 2 community, the Gator tribe, and the top tier TCs, and get linked in. The whole point of the Elephant Challenge is to teach you guys the basics of real estate enough that you can go out and start submitting offers, understanding and having enough confidence to then bring opportunities to the sub 2 community, the Gators to fund, and the top tier TCs to run the transactions for you. Okay, that's the whole point of the Elephant Challenge. Oh, are we having a boy or a girl?
That's the $1 million question.
What do you think?
I think it's a boy.
Why would you think that?
I just think it is.
But why?
It's my woo-woo. That's I don't know. I just feel like it's a boy.
It's your intuition?
It's my intuition. Am I right? And it would make sense. You were like, I'll stop after this one. That was your one hint. I don't know. It doesn't make sense, actually.
If I had another girl, my wife might just be like, we can't try for another one. You're just going to have another girl.
I know. I feel like she would too. So it doesn't make sense. I just feel like it's a boy.
All right, guys, tell me in the, we should do a vote. Let's see what we got for a vote. I wonder if I can do a poll. Let's do a poll. Let's add another poll. Nice. Okay. Nice. I love that we can do this. Boy or girl? People that are like, oh, it's non-binary, guys. Come on.
That's not an option, right?
Not an option.
No.
We could get really grotesque with this and be like, is it going to have a penis or a vagina?
Good.
Well, because I guess by some weird people's thing, they're like, well, it has a penis, but it is a girl. Let it choose. Yeah, guys, y'all, I'm traditional. Okay. I'm just a traditional dude. All I know is I'm going to have empathy, not empathy, but sympathy, or not, that's not the word. I'm going to have an understanding for what people want to live in their life. But in my world, in my house, we don't have those conversations, just FYI. My kids, there ain't no choice. They were born, God gave them what God gave them. That's all there is to it. Okay, here we go. Oh, that's not.
You know me. Oh no.
That's not what I want. That's the wrong one. Hold on a second. Okay, got it. Here's the poll. Boy or girl?
Oh,
Holy moly. What is up with the boy thing, guys? That's freaking crazy.
they all have their intuition.
Can you see this?
Yeah, I can. I don't know if they can.
Can you guys see the results of this? It's 450 votes on boy. Here, let's see if I can make this public.
81% boy, 19% girl.
Oh my word. I can see the poll. I don't know why you guys can't, but let's see if I can share the poll. Let's see. No, it won't let me share it. It will only let me share it once we're done, I think.
That's annoying.
Launched. Okay, right now we have 900. There's 1,000 people on here. Only 650 people have voted. I'm gonna give you guys, right now it's 79% boy, 21% girl. We're going to wait until we have, let's see, I'm going to wait until we have 800 votes. At least 80% of people got to take action on this. Okay. People are on their Android phones right now trying to figure out where the buttons are. I love it. I can envision somebody scrambling right now on their Android, just really having a hard time.
No.
Okay, so guys, as we finish up the poll on this, we've got another 100 votes we need before we launch it and answer the question. Today, we are wrapping up early because we chose that Sunday is a day that we're going to enjoy with our families. We're going to let Carly hang out on the lake. I'm going to go clean the Airstream with my wife. We're going to hit the road early, I think, today. And then maybe not, because I got my Sunday duties, which is get creative. So maybe I'll do that. And then I'll get out on the road early tomorrow. Tomorrow morning, we're going to be extending the Elephant Challenge. We're going to be going live 10 a.m. Arizona time. Google that. Some people are like, what's Arizona time? It's the only time y'all should be having on your watches, your clocks, your phones. Okay, we're the only
Pace standard time.
Yeah, it's Pace Standard Time. I moved literally. Yes, we do make calls on Sunday. Lewis, you showed up really late when you asked that question. We covered that for like 20 minutes. Okay. I will, just so you guys know, I will never do calls with sellers in the open public. I will only do calls with sellers with my Sub2 community. The problem is when I do calls on the general public, people poach my deals. People poach my students' deals. And so I stopped doing outward calls. I do calls all the time for Sub2 community members. 2 weeks ago, I made a call with an agent during our live. It was phenomenal. So for me, you guys want to see me call sellers, you got to be inside of Sub2. What happens is when I am streaming and I'm doing what we're doing, people do their darndest to figure out who is this person Pace is talking to. And when you're not in my vetted community, you will find that every time I call a seller on YouTube, every time I call a seller on an Elephant Challenge, people will call the agent. They'll call the seller. They'll call. Did you know that you're on a live YouTube with Pace Morby right now? It is the most annoying thing ever. So I stopped making calls outwardly on public. I only do that internally with Sub2 students, just FYI. So are you home? Yes. Yes, I am home. I am currently home right now. Okay, so we currently have 750 votes out of 1,000 people. Give me 50 more votes. Give me 50 more votes. I think there's a possibility the girl could take over. 50 more votes, guys. I need 50 more votes. Now, tomorrow we're going to be doing agent calls. We'll have 3 hours of agent calls tomorrow. You guys will see 3 different student leader groups from Sub2 doing agent calls. And that will be a lot of fun. Now, Carly, I'm wondering do you want to do this? Do you want to do that tomorrow, or do you want me to have Caroline come in and do it?
I can do it.
You sure?
You tell me where you want me, I'll be there.
Are you sure?
I can do it. I'm positive.
Yes, Walt, everybody will get an email for tomorrow. It'll be actually the same link, probably.
Yeah.
All right, we need 20 more votes, guys. We got 20 more votes for those of you guys who are waiting patiently for you Androiders to find the button. Okay. Anybody upset about that joke? You guys heard me talk about the Android thing yesterday. You know I'm just teasing.
record for
Okay,
life.
here we go. We have officially hit 800 votes. With 77 votes, 77% of the votes have gone to boy, and 23% of the votes have gone to girl. Hold on, let's record this for posterity purposes. I freaking love seeing Carly in her natural element. Like when I think of Carly, I think of Carly on a lake with a fleece on and a little cute little dad hat. That's how I envision Carly.
That's me.
Does anybody else feel the same way? This is like Carly, the full Carly mode right here.
It is full Carly mode.
Okay, so we've got about 1,000 people on, and out of 1,000 people, who voted boy, who voted girl? Give me say boy or girl in the side chat. Look at all these boys, girls. Well, with the vote of boy, 77%, girl, 23%, it is official that 77% of you guys are right. We are having a boy. Carly was right the whole freaking time. Carly was right the whole time. We are having a boy.
Congratulations.
Thank you. We are having boys.
We're naming him
We're naming him
Morby.
We're naming him Paul McCartney Morby.
I love it. Paul McCartney Morby.
I'm just I don't know. Naming a kid's really hard, dude. As you know. Okay.
To name our kid.
Carly's Wi-Fi is giving out, so that means that's time for us to wrap up. Thank you guys. Hey guys, do me a favor. Tag my wife. Take a screenshot of this and tag my wife on Instagram on stories. Okay. And here, I'm going to end the poll and then I'm going to share the results. Can you guys see this now? Can everybody see the poll? Okay. Take a screenshot of the poll and tag my wife on it and tell her congratulations. I want you guys blow her up on Instagram stories. Tell her congratulations. Okay. She was really worried. She's like, we don't make boys. You're not going to have a boy to carry on your name. And I was like, what are you talking about? Corbin is going to be a world conqueror. She will be. She'll make her husband take her name.
She will. She will. I can see that.
Okay, cool. So tomorrow, guys, what time are we going to be showing up tomorrow? 10 a.m. Arizona time. And we're going to be doing 3 hours of agent calls using Privy. Here's what I want you guys to do. Okay. Here's the homework for today. The first group of people are going to be calling agents through Privy on market deals that have been on the market for over 100 days on the market. So what I want you guys to do is this is your homework. Go to Privy. Go to your market. And I want you to find out how to filter out. Okay. M. Sydney says, that sucks. I'll be at work. Don't worry. You'll get the recording. It'll be all good. Okay. With the time frame of conception and the age of the mother, I can tell you if it will be a boy or a girl. Interesting. Tyler says, if missionary gets you a girl, what position gets you a boy? I don't know. There's at least 14 like people that are they were raised to be so conservative that they're offended by even the question. So I can't even answer that. They're offended. They came to this earth to be offended. They spent their whole life to be offended by something. Yeah, no, you'll get the recording. Do we send out the recording of the day back to everybody at nighttime, Carly?
It's actually in the app where everything is. So they will have it immediately afterwards under resources and then Elephant Challenge trainings, and then go to July and you'll find it.
Okay. So anybody want to know what position? Can we do multifamily? We did multifamily before, Jason. Go back to a previous Elephant Challenge. We did multifamily before. We did a whole entire 4 days of multifamily. Okay.
In the app.
Steve says, app? There's an app for this? Steve must have just sneezed for like 14 minutes when we talked about it.
In a whole month.
She's let's yes, there's an app for it. You guys are not paying attention to things. This is why we can't have nice things. This is why we can't have nice things.
No,
it's okay. I've done that before in my life too. So next month, what are we doing for the Elephant Challenge, Carly?
we are going to learn how to buy a business.
Yes, we're going to learn how to generate leads for buying businesses with creative finance. We're going to talk about that. And we are going to show the baby elephants how to generate leads and opportunities to bring them to sub-2 students to negotiate and work on businesses. It's going to be a lot of fun. So between now and I think it's going to be about 5 weeks until the next Elephant Challenge. I think it'll be August, something like August 10th. I don't know yet, but it'll be something like August 10th. Somewhere in that realm. We'll figure that out. You guys where can they find out more information about the Elephant Challenge?
www.elephantchallenge.info. You go in there, hit number 1. You're in the app, and anything that your heart would ever desire about the Elephant Challenge will be in there.
Yes, and there's even videos in there that show you that you won't watch, and then what you'll do is you'll wait a whole month, and you'll go, wait, there's an app,
and then there's actually a place that says "Start here." And you
that you won't click on. You won't click on it.
And then you're going to DM me and you're going to ask all the
when's
questions
the next
that are answered and
Challenge?
Start here.
Yes.
Please
That's correct. And then you'll go, I didn't get the email. I've never once met somebody that did not actually get the email. Every time I used to get on the call, because before we had Carly, I used to get on the calls and I'm like, oh my gosh, let me get on a Zoom with you. And I get on a Zoom with them, like, open your email inbox, go to your junk. Oh, I've never been in here before. Yeah. Go to your spam. Go to your this, refresh your thing. Or the worst one is when we find out when people register their email, they spelled their own email wrong, and then they're mad at us.
That happens so much, more times than you would believe.
And what happens is I blow up Carly and I'm like, I send her screenshots. I go, Carly, what the heck, man? The email didn't go out. She's like, oh, look into it. And then she finds out they spelled their own name wrong.
That happens a lot.
And she'll get on a Zoom with people, bless her heart, and like go through it. And after like an hour and a half, we find out you spelled your name wrong. And you just took somebody's time of an hour and a half because you're a knucklehead.
And they were mean to us about it.
And they were mean. You could tell
they were rude.
Immediately, you can tell they're not a sub-2 community member. Like immediately, you're like, "Oh, you're rude. You're obviously not in the community."
You can tell.
You can just tell. But that's all right, guys. This is why we're training. This is why we do the training. This is why we help you guys out, trying to help out everybody. So next month, we're going to be doing business buying for the Elephant Challenge. We're going to roll the dice, see how it goes. It'll be the first time, and it's going to be quirky and funky. We're going to bring in brokers, my CFO. We're going to bring in Ben, my CFO, and then we're going to bring in even Cody Barton will make his first appearance in the Elephant Challenge. He's never done that before. And I'm going to have him talk about the list of responsibilities that every business needs. And we'll talk about all that kind of stuff. It'll be a $10,000 education for you guys. I think we'll probably do a 4-day challenge next month, not a 3-day challenge. And it'll be something like Thursday, Friday, Saturday with a bonus day, Sunday, just Q&A. Okay. We just don't get enough Q&A for the free group. So unfortunately we got to add another day for the Q&A for the free group. We'll do that next month. When I return from Montana, it'll be something like August 10th, somewhere in there. Right when I get home from Montana, I'll be itching to do another challenge. And I'll be right here hanging out with you guys. But between now and then, inside of Sub2, I will be doing obviously my Zooms and my trainings and my hanging out with you guys and story time and all that kind of stuff. But one of my main focal points over the next 4 or 5 weeks will be about buying businesses and creating some momentum for the Sub2 students. So you guys are ready to help the baby elephants next month. So unleashing the chat one last time. By the way, make sure you've gone to elephantchallenge.info. You guys get access to the app. Has everybody had a good couple of days? Has everybody had a good couple of days? Now, for the people that are wanting to go to Montana, unfortunately, I've given away more tickets than I promised Jerry I would give away to Montana, but I reserved 5 extra tickets for the next couple of weeks. I would have just had Carly there with me, but the thing is, when you're on my team, you get to go anywhere you want. If you're one of my investors, you get to go anywhere you want. Like, imagine being a partner with me in my multifamily stuff. By the way, if you guys are looking to invest with me in my multifamily stuff, sub2fund.com, sub2fund.com. Anybody that is an investor with me in my Sub2 fund has a golden ticket to anywhere that I go. Okay. Sub2fund.com, golden ticket anywhere I go. Okay. So, like Julie Burkhart is a good example. Julie Burkhart, I don't think she's in here today, but Julie Burkhart, anywhere I go, she is right. She goes wherever I go. She looks at my calendar. She goes, Pace is going there. I'm invited. I'll take you to the green room. I'll take you to meet the celebrities. I'll take you to do whatever. If you're an investor, a partner with me, you're good to go. Okay. Tijuana says, I'm afraid to fly. All right. Well, then just let a pilot fly. Like, you don't need to be the one flying. Okay. Where's the Zoom on life insurance? That's in the Sub2 vault. There you go. Is there a minimum to invest? Yes. In the Sub2 fund right now, it is $100,000 is the minimum. I think our average investor in the Sub2 fund is 200 grand. We have somebody that just wrote a check for $1.5 million to invest in the Sub2 fund. So again, if you are an investor with me in the Sub2 fund for our multifamily stuff, Pace, please spell out Sub2 fund. Okay, no problem. How about I just show you? How about that? Watch this. Sub2fund.com. Bada bing, bada boom. Right there. Invest in real estate with this stupid idiot. Are you still partnering on smaller deals with students? Yes, I partner on a lot of small single family stuff with students. I do that a lot. Every Thursday, we have something called Deal or No Deal inside of Sub2. And yes, I partner with students from Alaska. In the last couple of weeks, we bought a fourplex in Alaska. We bought some stuff in Boston. There you go. We buy stuff with students all the time. Okay. So here's the homework, everybody. I want you guys to be ready for tomorrow because you guys need to be doing this side by side with everybody. The homework for tomorrow is go to Privy in your market. So if you're in Arizona, go to Privy. I'll show you guys how to do this. And I want you guys to make a list and pull a list. Now, some people are like, I don't know what pull a list means. Okay, I got it. I understand. So you're going to go to Privy. And I don't know why it always goes to Kansas City. I think it's because I'm always saying Kansas City is like not a real city. It is a real city. I'm just joking. People can't get dry humor. They don't get dry humor. It's so nobody in their family was ever sarcastic. And also somebody told them that sarcasm is a lowbrow way of just relax, guys. I'm just being silly. Okay. So you're going to go into your market and then you go up here. See this little thing called filter? Okay. You guys are going to come in here and you're going to filter what you want to look for. For me, I want to be on the timeline of listings that have been on the market for a longer time frame. So sort by days on market. I'm going to choose a date range. Okay, I'm going to choose, let's go back. I want to go back to February 2nd to, I'm going to go to, let's see here. Okay, I'll say July. Okay. And you're going to find listings that have been on the market. Okay, here's one, 57 days. And they got dead grass, and they actually did good. I got to give it to them. This agent did good photos. They actually got the lighting good. This is awesome. This is a homeowner selling the house, obviously. Okay. Needs a renovation. Look at these original cabinets. It's cute. Like it's livable. I think a lot of people are like, oh, this is cute. This is a dream home for me. Totally get that. It's a cute area too. But like, look how outdated these original tile. Look at that Formica, you know. So you're going to be looking for properties that have been on the market for a good amount of time. For me, if I'm wanting to do a creative finance deal, I'm looking for 100 days on market, and I want to get a list of at least 15 of those properties. Okay. So I want you guys to go through. Scott and Carla Smith says, as a new sub-2 student, I've learned so much already from you guys. I appreciate all you do. Thank you, Scott. Can I tell you what gets me going in the morning? Is emotional income. Making me feel like I have a purpose on this earth to help other people find their purpose on earth, and watching other people's success is the emotional income that I look for every day. And when somebody says thank you to me, it's like giving a dog a little treat. I am just a stupid little dog, and little compliments like that are the treats I'm looking for. And my team is the same way. Troy says tail wagging. Yes, my ass is wagging right now. Okay. Just FYI. Okay. So I want you guys, this is the homework. Okay. We're going to go to Privy, and you're going to go and filter property. Is it true that not everyone can get into sub-2? It's very true. We filter people. We have an enrollment team that goes through and deep dives on you. If you've ever made negative posts on social media, you've made negative posts on Yelp, you're a negative person, you're not allowed to get in. Literally, it's the first thing we do. Before you ever schedule a call, my team does like little background searches on you as much as we can, obviously. Anthony Johnson, I knew a girl in high school with a tail. Bro, why did you not marry her? You could have little tadpole kids. That's immediate wedding material right there, bro. Can Canadians get in? Yes, we have people from Israel. We have people from Paris. We have people in South America. You can invest in America virtually. I do not teach investing outside of America. That's not what I am about. So I don't teach stuff that I don't do. Puerto Rico, we have a very successful group of students in Puerto Rico. I'll tell you, Puerto Rico is like 80% seller finance stuff. Can I use my IRA to partner with you? Correct. 100%. We have most of our investors are actually rolling their IRA, their self-directed IRA into our deals. Okay. How much does it cost? I think it costs way less than what it's worth. Do you agree with that, Carly? Or am I full of shit?
10,000%, 1,000,000%.
I'm constantly told I charge way too little, and I should. Yeah. Anybody believe it's underpriced?
It is severely underpriced. It's a steal.
Yeah. We are raising the price in December. I want to slow down the growth of it. So we're going to raise the price in December. Just for people to know, I'm not the guy that makes the money on the mentorship. I partnered with somebody, and that person makes the majority of that money. I have some expenses paid for, but I set myself up to make the student body so successful that I buy deals with them. And the great thing about the price is that the price of admission keeps the knuckleheads out. Okay. It's one of the reasons why our community is the best, is because it has been filtered. It needs to be filtered. It's, I think it's the Patek of communities. It is the iconic Cartier of communities. It's iconic. So is it for a year? Christina, it is for life. As long as you are a giver, here, I'll tell you what it is. You sign a contract with me that I will give you 6 months. And as long as you continue to be a giver to other students, I let you stay in for life. So the contract says 6 months. But as you can see, Carly and all the other students, how long, guys, if you're a student in here, how long you been in? Sub-2. Put it in the side chat. 2 years. There's Tijuana. 2 years. You'll be in Tijuana. You're awesome. You'll be in for another 10 years, 6 weeks, 2 weeks, 1 week, 4 months, 11 months, 2.5 years, Angie Milanazzo. Okay, you'll see a lot of people that have been in our community for way, way, way longer. You will never have to pay me another dollar to stay into Sub-2, but it does cost something to stay in Sub-2. You are required to be a giver. If you are not a giver, we pull your ass out. We don't want no knuckleheads in our community. It's we protect our community. That is the price of admission. So people, you have to earn it. You have to continue to earn it. Come in and give back daily. That is true. Kenny Kaywood says it's the best decision I ever made. Me too, dude. I'm student number one. I have learned so much from other students and doing deals with students all over the country. I've learned laws and states I did not know. Like I'll tell you the truth. I learned more about creative finance in sub 2 than I knew before sub 2. Want to know why? Because I wasn't doing deals in all 50 states at the time when I launched sub 2, and now I do deals in all 50 states. And the other thing is I have replaced all my friends except for Jamil and Jerry. Everybody, Jamil and Jerry are like my only friends outside of sub 2, and everybody else is in sub 2. I'm like, my favorite freaking human beings are in sub 2. We all hang out, we all voice memo, we all go to meetups. I get to see all them. Like, what's cool is I see Carly at other real estate events, and I'm like, oh, Carly. I don't look at Carly as a student. I look at Carly as my friend. Vina is in sub 2. Yes. Vina is in sub 2. Jerry is also, just so you guys know, Jerry is also in sub 2, but that was a recent thing in the last couple of months. He's like, how am I not in your community? I'm like, I don't know, Jerry. So Jerry is in sub 2, and Jamil is also in sub 2 as of like 6 months ago.
Yay.
Ryan Nav says, I bump into people at the airport. I freaking love it.
Mm-hmm. It's amazing.
So, yeah, it's great.
Really cool.
Okay. We've gone on longer than I planned. I want Carly to be able to go and christen her RV today at some point.
Thank you.
Are you guys going to get a new mattress? What are you guys thinking?
Yeah, I don't want to sleep on someone else's mattress.
Are you going to get like a Tempur-Pedic? What, are you going to go like balling out on this $5,000 thing or what?
I don't know if we're going to do 5,000. We'll get a nice one though, because we're also going to rent it out on Outdoorsy, which is like Airbnb for RVs. So we want people coming back.
Guys, can you please tell Carly that you appreciate her coming in here and hanging out on a Sunday?
Thanks. And Pace too, the ultimate go-giver. We all wouldn't be out here without Pace. Thank you, Pace.
Mid-tier. I'm mid-tier. That's me. I'm mid-tier. Okay. We got the homework. You got your homework. You know what we're doing tomorrow. You know what time we're doing it tomorrow. So we're wrapping up for the day. You know, we're having a boy. Please DM my wife and blow her up. Like, make her just go, oh my gosh, I got to turn my phone off.
Laura Morby on Instagram.
This will be our last baby we ever have. Okay. So please blow her up. Thank you guys so much. Carly, you're amazing. Thank you so much for everything you do. Guys, we will see you tomorrow at 10 a.m. Arizona